Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. So it's been about 4 days since I set up the Kalk stir here on the 300-gallon reef, and as you can see, it is looking pretty clear. Now, I did make several changes to the amount being dosed to the 300 over the last 4 days, and also made a change to how often it stirs, from about 4 hours to about every 2 hours. And again, that stir is connected to the Avast Marine DIY net cleaner, or skimmer net cleaner, whatever the terminology is for it. But either way, those two are connected, so you know, it is what it is. But anyway, in this video, I wanted to show you the kind of the progress so far, and then also I have to make some changes to the calcium reactor, as in top it off. I finally got some media in, finally got some Reamag. So we're going to top off this calcium reactor, and I'm going to talk about the process, not only of topping this off, because that's pretty simple, but dialing in the additional media that we're putting in there alongside with dialing in the Kalk reactor. So we're going to be kind of balancing that. Plus, I cut about 600 frags today, so there's going to be a lot of healing and a lot of stuff going on over the next few days. So quite a bit to juggle around, but should be okay. So let's go to move over to the Apex real quick. This is not the Apex. This is a printer. So let's go ahead and get to the Apex. As you can see right off the bat, the alkalinity has increased pretty good. So let's go ahead and get over here and open this up. Maybe. So as you can see, we started on the 17th and we were dipping down to about 7.4. Okay, 7.63 is about the max. I mean, before that, 7.8. And let's go ahead and do the compare here. I'm sorry, I'm doing right-handed here and left-handed gimbal, so yeah, bear with me. Let's go ahead and compare the Kalk. Okay, and we can look at kind of the dosing. All right, I know that's moving around. Anyway, so yeah, we started here on the 17th, or so, yeah, the 17th, and then you can see that the amount has increased significantly. Like I said, it started off at like 100, 200, 300 milliliters, worked my way up to 1,000 milliliters. Currently, right now, I'm at 10,000. Right here, all of this was 12,000 milliliters per day, and you can see it dosed quite often, and I just dumped it down to, or dropped it down to 10,000 milliliters. And that's kind of what I want to get it. That's kind of what I want to get into. I'm not even going to edit that out. We'll just add the gibberish to the video. Since I am topping off this calcium reactor, I have to be careful on how much I'm actually dosing. So right now, the alkalinity is going up. So I am getting closer to that 9.2 and that 9.5 that I want. But, and I know that I still can crank up the calcium or the Kalk reactor up probably another 5 or 6 thousand milliliters, and that will get me to that 9.2, that 9.5. But because I am adding this additional media to the reactor, I have to just wait. The reason for that is, last thing I want to do is make an adjustment on a Kalk reactor and then add that media and then have a spike in alkalinity. You'll be surprised what just 3 inches, 4 inches of a media being replaced in a calcium reactor will do for your alkalinity. I won't be surprised if this goes over 9.0 with adding this media. Again, I am adding some magnesium, but that's not going to do anything with that. It's just going to kind of help out with having to dose, you know, 2 gallons that I did just a couple weeks ago. But yeah, so in this video, or this whole video is one big video. I'm going to go ahead and, this portion of the video, I'm going to go ahead and top off this reactor, and then I will give you an update in the next 24 hours to 48 hours on kind of what has happened since I've topped this thing off. And then once it stabilizes with the media, we'll go ahead and continue to dial in the Kalk reactor. Now, long term for me, my plan is to keep the max flow through the calcium reactor, keep the media topped off as much as I possibly can, and then just make any adjustments that I need to with the Kalk reactor. It's pretty easy, again, going through the Apex dose here. Now, a lot of people are saying use a different pump, yada yada yada. Come on, guys. I mean, I got this pump here. I don't use it for anything else right now. It works just fine. Plus, I can keep track of it and finally tune it on the Apex. So I'm just going to keep using it. No issues so far, and it works pretty good. Pretty good. So let's go ahead and move over and top this bad boy off, and I'll see you guys in the next 24 to 48 hours with an update on how everything kind of worked out. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. So it is Sunday afternoon and I want to take one last look at the Kalk reactor and go over my numbers and show you guys everything that I've done and kind of give you an overview. So the reactor itself is still rocking, doing pretty good, stirring about every 2 hours, and the water again is being pulled from the ATO reservoir to the left hand side through the dose and then drips down into the refugium. Now I did have to take this off here because I did have some precipitation at the top. I felt like it was kind of getting trapped in the macroalgae, but either way, I removed the clogging here. I'll have to clean this up, or maybe I'll 3D print something that's a little bit with bigger teeth. Either way, it's flowing better now, and I don't really think that made any difference, but just something I noticed. But either way, during this video, I mean, I haven't even looked at editing it, but we did change a few things. Topped off the calcium reactor. You can see the new media in there, so top that off. Working pretty good. Also cut about 600 frags that are in this tub, which you can't see because it's super blue, and added about 150 total new grow out plates that are in the low boys. You guys will see an update video on that once I get it done. Yeah, so we added some media, cut a bunch of coral, added the reactor, and had to dial all that in to get to 9.5. So let's go ahead and look at the numbers so far. And you can see we are at 9.86, which is pretty good. I did get to 9, set at 9.5 for a little while, and then I made some more adjustments on the Kalk reactor. So let's go ahead and look. I'm going to switch hands here. I know I'm moving. Let's go ahead and look at the overlay between the alkalinity and the amount of Kalk that we were dosing. I did show this briefly on the live stream on Friday, which, speaking of live streams on Friday, I might go back to Thursday just because a lot of people are doing stuff on Fridays, and yeah, so we'll see. I'll let you guys know. But either way, okay, so overall, I started dosing on the 17th. I can't see it here. I wonder if I can pull it up. But either way, we started dosing on the 17th, pretty low, and gradually increased the amount up to about 12,000 milliliters. So at this point right here, it was 12,000 milliliters per day, and you can see that the elk was moving up pretty slowly, getting close to 8, which was good. Around this time, I also uploaded. I filled up the calcium reactor with about 3.5 to 4 inches of media, which was good. And at that point, I noticed that the elk was going up a little bit quicker than I wanted, so I started dialing down the Kalk reactor to help with that. So as you can see, continue to dial it down as the the reactors were working together, and the alkalinity kept going up. So I dialed it down a little bit more, and now I'm pretty happy. I'm at about 5,000 milliliters per day, which is a little less than half of what I started with originally to get this jump started. Now some people might be saying, hey, you added the media, why don't you, to the reactor, and everything's going up. Well, that's true, but I've also added the media to the reactor over the last couple years, and I've only been able to get to about 8 DKH, and at that point it really just levels off at full bore max running the Kalk reactor or calcium reactor. So adding the Kalk to it has allowed me to go above and get to that 9.5, and you can see I was at 9.5 for a while here, which was nice. And then I noticed that it went up a little bit more, but again, there's going to be fluctuations throughout the day given how much is healing and everything. So I'm pretty happy with it so far. I'm just going to continue to dial the Kalk reactor based on cutting and healing and all that kind of stuff, because you guys know when I cut those 600 frags in one day and all those plates over a couple days, all that coral had to pull out a significant amount of calcium alkalinity as they start to heal. Once they kind of get their baseline healing done, that's when things level off, and your elk can start going back to normal. And that's what I noticed here. So again, having the high amount of Kalk during that process, as well as adding the media, was good. It allowed the alkalinity to stay stable, because I'll tell you right now, if I cut all those frags before, and I've tried it in the past, so this isn't new, if I cut 600 frags and then all those discs with just the calcium reactor sitting at 7.5, which we were at originally alkalinity wise, I would have bottomed out my elk, and I would have been sub 7 easily within a few days after they started pulling out the elk to heal. So yes, having the Kalkster is a great addition to all that. Allows me to cut more, heal more, and of course keep my alkalinity closer to that 9.95, which is where I like to be for growth purposes. So yeah, pretty happy with it. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm talking about. I know I kind of rambled there for a little bit, but overall really happy with this. Absolutely 100% happy with it. As for pH wise, I'll tell you right now, I haven't really noticed much. It has gone up slightly. I'll have to look and see what the original number was. I wasn't that close. I think I was down at like 7.8 as a max before, so I am going up a little bit more. 7.9. I mean, I'll take it. A lot of people are like, well, shouldn't your pH be a lot higher with all that calc you're dosing? Yeah, but then again, you remember I have a calcium reactor that's 6.29 to 6.37 pH. That's dumping 6.5 gallons per hour into the reservoir, even if it is going into the Chaeto chamber. Even though it is going into Chaeto, it's still a lot. It's still really low pH. So I'm happy with this. I mean, anything over 7.8, I'm good. All right, so I'll take it for sure. Can't complain about everything, right? But yeah, so as I said before, let me get my cursor here. The calc is at 5,000 milliliters per day. Again, it was at 12 once we initially set it up and dialed it back down, and I'm happy with it. When I start seeing fluctuations in my elk, I'll come over here and make adjustments on the calc reactor, and that's all I'm going to do. Since the calcium reactor, again, is full bore, it's the lowest pH I'm going to go, it's the max flow that I'm going to be able to get, and I'll just make sure I keep the media topped off. But overall, guys, really happy with it. And again, shout out to Avast Marine for hooking me up with this. And again, this is the K2. I will put a link to all the stuff that I have from them. So it'll be the K2 reactor, the collection bin for the skimmer, which is a 5-gallon, and then of course the DIY skimmer swabby. Remember the name this time. This thing's pretty awesome too. So yep, I will put links to all that stuff in the description. If you guys have any questions, let me know, and hopefully you have a good week. And again, I'll let you guys know about the live stream, if I'm going to go back to Thursdays or keep it Fridays. Let me know in the comment section whatever day works for you guys, and maybe I'll put a poll up or something in the community tab. We'll see. Either way, that's it, and I'll see you later in the week. Peace.